One wolf, one epic journey. Over 1,000 miles of wilderness in 2011. A male gray wolf known as OR7, later affectionately nicknamed Journey, embarked on a trek that would capture the imagination of scientists, conservationists, and the public alike. His odyssey spanned more than 1,000 miles, beginning in Oregon and eventually crossing into California. What might have seemed like a simple act of dispersal, an animal leaving its pack in search of new territory and a mate, became a symbol of resilience, hope, and the enduring power of wild nature in a modern world. A lone traveler, gray wolves are known for their strong social bonds, usually living and hunting in packs. Yet dispersal is a natural part of their life cycle. Young wolves often leave their natal packs to establish new territories, ensuring genetic diversity and expanding the species' range. O7's decision to strike out alone was not unusual biologically, but the scale of his journey was extraordinary. Over mountains, across rivers, and through landscapes increasingly dominated by human activity, Journey pressed forward, guided by instinct and determination. His trek was not without challenges. Wolves faced threats from habitat fragmentation, roads, and human hostility. Yet, OR7 navigated these obstacles with remarkable skill. He crossed highways, skirted towns, and moved through agricultural lands, always pressing onward. His ability to survive in such varied terrain demonstrated the adaptability of wolves and their capacity to coexist, even tenuously, with human presence. California's first wolf in decades. When OR7 crossed into California, he became the first confirmed wild wolf in the state in nearly a century. Wolves had been eradicated from California by the early 20th century, victims of hunting, trapping, and poisoning campaigns that sought to eliminate predators from the landscape. Journey's arrival was therefore historic. It marked not only the return of a species long absent, but also a shift in attitudes toward predators. Where once wolves were seen as threats to livestock and livelihoods, they were increasingly recognized as vital components of healthy ecosystems. Scientists tracked OR7's movements using a GPS collar, documenting his every step. This technology allowed researchers to study his behavior in unprecedented detail, offering insights into how wolves disperse, select habitats, and interact with human-dominated landscapes. For the public, the updates became a kind of unfolding narrative, a real-life adventure story of a lone wolf reclaiming territory once lost. Symbol of conservation and resilience, Journey's trek was more than a biological event. It became a cultural phenomenon. Conservationists hailed him as a symbol of species revival and ecological resilience. His presence in California reignited debates about predator management, coexistence, and the importance of preserving wild spaces. For many, he represented hope. Proof that even after decades of absence, nature could find a way back if given the chance. The story of OR7 also underscored the importance of habitat connectivity. Wildlife, corridors, stretches of land that allow animals to move between fragmented habitats, are critical for species survival. Journey's ability to travel such vast distances highlighted both the possibilities and the challenges of maintaining these pathways. In a world increasingly divided by roads, fences, and development, a living legend eventually, OR7 did find a mate in southern Oregon, forming the rogue pack and fathering pups. His legacy thus extended beyond his own journey, contributing directly to the genetic diversity and expansion of wolf populations in the Pacific Northwest. For scientists, his successful reproduction was a triumph of conservation. For the public, it was the satisfying conclusion to a story that had captivated imaginations for years. Yet even beyond his biological contributions, Journey's tale endures as legend. He became a reminder that individual animals can shape human perceptions of nature. His trek was not just about survival. It was about inspiration. He showed that resilience is not an abstract concept, but a lived reality in the wild, embodied in the determination of a single wolf. Lessons from the wild. OR7's journey invites reflection on our relationship with nature. It demonstrates that wildlife can persist, even thrive, when given space and protection. It challenges us to rethink landscapes not merely as human domains, but as shared habitats where other species have rightful places. And it reminds us that conservation is not only about numbers and policies, but also about stories that connect people emotionally to the natural world. In the end, Journey's Odyssey was about more than one wolf traveling over 1,000 miles. It was about resilience, hope, and the possibility of coexistence. His story continues to inspire conservationists worldwide, urging us to protect the habitats that allow creatures like him to roam freely. OR7 became a living legend, proving that even in modern landscapes, the wild finds ways to reclaim its place.